Hey, everybody, I'm so sorry I'm late. I was sleeping and I didn't realize what time it is. Yeah, man. They're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and shit. That's what's up. Yeah, I can't wait to hear that J. Cole album tomorrow. Yo,
Yo, what's goody?
nothing much,
What is
man.
good?
Did not even realize I fell asleep when I came home.
It's all good, man.
Yeah. But luckily, I did actually do my notes and I actually heard the album. So, what's up?
That is good. What up, Ronnie Q, Ray Sean? What's
So,
good? Sam, what's up? Hector, Ronnie been hitting me with the Knicks shit already, yo. I'm glad my Knicks is back in the playoffs. It's
he's
a
been
long
hitting me
time
up.
coming.
He's been hitting me up about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and stuff.
Yes, congratulations finally to Jay Z, the goat, top five all time, finally making the Rock and Hall of Fame, and LL Cool J, the goat, making the Rock and Hall of Fame. I'm more happier for LL because LL been snubbed for like the last 2 or 3 years. So I think it's about time we put these people in the hall and salute them before they're not here no longer. So I'm glad, and Tina Turner as well. You know, Foo Fighters, the Go Go's. I'm glad that they all making it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they still left out Shaka Khan. Y'all see the Shaka Khan poster in the back? Got my Rufus poster in the back. They left out Shaka Khan. She got to get in there. Mary J. Blige. You know,
At first, I didn't realize LL Cool J got in there until I had to reread it again because everyone was having like saying, "Oh, Jay Z, and shit like that." Which, yeah, congratulations to everybody. But I'm just like, okay.
I'm convinced the votes is rigged because when I was voting a lot on the website, and none of those people were in the top five. They were like Jay Z had like the least amount of votes. LL Cool J, Mary, Shaka. So I'm convinced that they bumped them up to get inducted.
I won't be surprised.
You know what I'm saying? Cause you have like a couple of, they give you like a deadline, and I think they cut the votes off like end of April or whatever. And I was voting most of April, and none of them were in the top five of voting. It was everybody else. You know, Foo Fighters was there. Um um, who else was in there? I think the Go Go's was in there. They had like other Rage Against the Machine was. They had a couple votes, but it wasn't in the top five. And so
I was
I'm like,
surprised
yo,
against
to
the
have
machine.
Jay Z go from, how did Jay Z votes go from last place all the way to him getting inducted?
That's what I'm saying because he told me he was like last place and
He was
shit.
last place, and this is Jay Z we talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is reasonable doubt. You know, blueprint Jay Z. He was in last place with votes. Like Mary J was ahead of him, and Shaka and Rage Against the Machine. How did they get to the top five?
That's a good question.
You know, LL Cool J, he wasn't even in the running. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad. I'm not complaining. I'm glad that they made it. I'm convinced now that the votes are rigged.
Out of all the nominees, I'm not. I mean, I knew Tina was gonna make it, of course. Um, I had a feeling the Foo Fighters were gonna be brought in.
I don't have a problem with them. I love the Foo Fighters music, and the Go Go's their first album I like. But I salute all of them making. I'm just saying for our genre, it is important that our artists get in. Like LL Cool J, he been snubbed like the last 2 years. He finally made it. Jay Z finally made it. You know what I'm saying? It's important. I want to see those main artists get in. Nas, he gotta be up at least. He gotta be up by next year. You know what I'm saying? He gotta be in the running for to get inducted next year. And Outkast and so on and so on. Wu Tang Clan.
Hmm.
Those artists need to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like don't wait till they drop dead to finally induct them. Like DMX to me is a Hall of Famer. He needs to be inducted next year.
I don't know about next year though.
Why not? What they waiting for? When did DMX drop? 98? Isn't it 25 years already from?
Yeah, he dropped '98 on his first album.
Exactly. It's put him in now. Like why we waiting? He's not even here to accept anyways. Like if they want to put him in
Exactly.
5 years, he's not like he's gonna come back from the dead and get his award. So you might as well induct him now. Ronnie said Makai Pfeiffer showed him some love on IG today.
That's what's up, boss.
That's what's up. Timberland, yeah, Timberland, all the great producers, Tim, Primo, Pete Rock, Eric Sermon, all of them need to be. Well, I know rock and roll is they funny about that, so they might not even recognize legends like them.
To be quite honest with you, man, I personally feel like EPMD should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but they're not gonna. It's when our Hall of Fame is built, then we got when our Hall Hip Hop Museum is built, then they're gonna honor our legends. Because Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is not gonna honor all of them.
Right.
They all about album sales, and EPMD wasn't going platinum with every album. You know, none Swiss Beats. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like he did a lot of platinum hits for people, but it don't mean they're gonna honor him. You know, I mean it's a shame, but that's where we at with it. They don't want our kind in their house. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So yes, DMX is dark and hell is hot. 23 years, 5 mic classic.
So what do y'all? Okay, I'm gonna ask y'all this. What do y'all think about Mike Geromo dropping his album the same day as DMX?
I didn't even know he was coming out with an album. I saw I think Ronnie sent me the post. Somebody sent me the post, and I'm like, well, shit. Okay, I didn't hear nothing from the album yet. I don't know what it sound like. I don't know what to expect. I haven't seen no track listing or nothing. So I mean, it's good that he's back doing music, but don't just come back just to come back. Like if you're gonna come back, make sure it's a banger that you dropping on people after 20 something years.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know. I'm definitely gonna check DMX album first, and then Mike Geronimo's album.
Exactly.
You know what up, Hector? Nas definitely gotta make it. Definitely. If Jay Z made it, Nas gotta make it. He gotta be next up next year. I'll be surprised if they don't nominate him next year. Because Nas came out before Jay Z. So how the hell is Jay Z already in there before Nas? You know?
Techn- Technically, it's just like it's just the fact that it's Jay Z because technically Jay's been rapping since like the late '80s. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean, but he didn't drop no album in the '80s though.
that is true.
You know what I'm saying? And remember, I mean, maybe his influence has something to do with his votes getting bumped up. But that doesn't speak for LL's votes because he was in last place as well. So I'm convinced now that the votes are rigged and they pick who to put in the hall. It's not even based on our votes anymore.
Nah, nothing is based off our votes anymore.
Nah, it's not. They tell you to vote. Our vote don't count. Just like when we go vote for the fucking president during the elections, they don't count. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna put who they want to put. You know what I'm saying? So I'm convinced. I'm like, yo, I should have took a picture of the results and so I could show you. I'm like, yo, this nigga was in last place. You know what I'm saying? LL was in last place. Then they bumped up to inducting them. So
Crazy.
what up, BJ? Was good. Hector said I was checking out the Scarface review that was done this morning. We didn't plan that.
Yeah, my fault if y'all were waiting last night for the Scarface review, man. This whole gas bullshit made me a little later than before.
I blame Reg. You know Reg. My mom watches the show now. My mom
Oh,
told me you gotta tell Reg he gotta get more organized and come on the show with his tea already.
shit.
She don't like it when you leave the show and you going off to make tea and get and cooking dinner. Like you gotta be already. That should be done before by the time you get online.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. I just can't stay up too late doing shit and shit.
Yes, she's a fan of the show. She watched the top 10 funk albums episode we did.
Oh, that's what's up. Tell her
Yeah,
shout out to mom and shit.
yeah, no doubt. She watches the replay. Like she watches the replay of the show. So you know.
I'm just trying to find my webcam, connect that shit, then we are good to go. But there was something else I was at. Oh, so what's up with this Joe Budden thing? I
What
they
he
said
do?
his podcast. They said like he had a falling out with one of his employees, and he said his podcast is over.
I didn't hear about that.
Oh shit.
His podcast is over.
He claims his podcast is over.
Didn't he have beef with the dudes on the show with him? The white dude and the other cat.
Yeah, I think he still do.
Like he didn't pay them or something like that.
Like I said, I didn't read up too much into it because I was busy literally all day. So it's just like,
It was something about money. Something about like he wasn't paying them.
damn,
I don't know.
motherfuckers
I didn't
always.
watch his show too much. I only watched it like once in the blue. Last time I saw it was when West Side Gun was on there.
Yeah, man. Like I said, like I mean, I'm not even the biggest Joe Budden fan to be real with you, but shit, I
Cypress
just want to know.
Cypress Hill to me should be inducted. They definitely are Hall of Famers in my opinion. I don't, now if they get voted in, that's a whole different story. I don't know, you know, the committee on these, on for these these inductions. I don't know what they thinking. So to me, Cypress Hill is Hall of Famers. So
Yeah,
you know,
because they're not only influential in hip hop music, they also was one of the first rappers to cross over to the alternative
right,
rock shit.
right, and to be like every year to be on Lollapalooza tours and
Yeah,
Rock the Bells tours and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like they fan base was wider than just hip hop. And I've always loved Cypress Hill. They're top five group in my opinion. I would induct them. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the committee, how the committee feel about Cypress Hill.
shit. Man,
Hmm.
I'm ready to start whenever you are, bro.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, yeah, you said you have the album with you, right?
Yes, right here.
Okay. Bet. All right, what's up, you two? How's everyone doing this lovely Thursday morning now? This is your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Trial with me.
What up?
Do apologize for the little wait. I was knocked out, but fuck it. We are here. And the album we are going to talk about today is Saigon's long awaited debut album, which I'm going to get at in a minute. The Greatest Story Never Told. This came out in February 15th, 2011 on Suburban Noise, which is indie label and shit like that. That was actually based off in California. Because originally this was supposed to come up in Atlantic Records, go figure. Producers include Just Blaze.
Oh shit. Skull and Bones. I haven't heard that joint in a minute, yo. Wait for Reg.
My fault, my Wi-Fi was messing up.
So good.
Yeah, but anyway, producers Just Blaze, Adam Blackstone, Buck Wild, D. Allen, DJ Corbett, Lamar Edwards, James Poyster, Red Spider, SC, Spanky, and Kanye West. And guest appearances include Fatman Scoop, Q-Tip, Jay-Z, Swiss Beats, Faith Evans, Martian Brocious, Raheem Devon, Devin Dude, Lazy Bone, and Bun B. Okay, so how did you get into Saigon's music?
I got in Saigon with the mixtapes. I think it was One in Shot was the first one, and then the Yard Father. But Yeah, I used to see him like just buying like the mixtape DVDs, the Smack DVDs, the Come Up DVDs, and seeing them always like freestyle on there, and you know just when I used to watch Entourage, that show on HBO. He was actually on there. He played I think he was a friend of Turtle, the character Turtle on Entourage. He was playing himself actually. He was playing Saigon on that show, and I heard the mixtapes, the one in shots, and the Yard Father, and I liked it, and he was always lyrical, and I remember hearing joints like Come Again, and the Letter P with Cool G Rap, and Do Rag. That joint was done by Alchemist, and just a lot of different joints I was sharing at the time on the mixtapes, and I was like, yo, like this dude is really talented, and you know when the album came out finally, I know he had some issues with the album was like pushed back so many times, and I think like the tracks were leaked and stuff like that, and um you know having Just Blaze, a great producer, having him um uh do his production and co-signing his stuff, I think that really helped him. And the album came out, and I remember hearing it and getting it, and it's definitely like it was definitely I loved what I heard on the album, and he's been I feel like after the first, I mean, then he ended up going on Love and Hip Hop, which I thought was a mistake for him. But I probably could understand how why he did it. You know what I'm saying? And the other albums I've heard, like there's a sequel. Is like I think he did a 2 and 3 for Greatest Story Never Told, and they were okay. But I always felt like this one was like his best work as far as like the major label album. And I remember he had beef with Prodigy. He had
Yeah.
like some beef with Prodigy. I remember like when that happened actually, because they were like the internet was talking about that, like Prodigy and Mom Deep like end up seeing him at some show and kicking his ass, and I really didn't understand how that whole thing happened, and that
He's
was
too talented.
crazy, huh?
He's too talented to be in love and hip hop. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I just
He's
well, I
way
mean,
too
I mean, I think because I mean, well, like him and Joe Budden and Consequence, I think they wanted that to be a recognizable face, because they wasn't their albums got slept on. Like Joe Budden first album got slept on. Consequence never even dropped a real album. He had like some mixtapes, and I always felt like he was an underrated lyricist, and as well as Saigon. But I remember him being on there with he had like his baby mother was on there, and he had like some drama with his baby mother on there. I just thought like I could understand why they were doing it. I just didn't care for it. But um the prodigy beef, I remember when that happened. And like he still, like, even through all that stuff, like he's still a talented artist, man. Like even now, like he dropped like some new music and stuff, and he's been underrated. And I followed him like all through those mixtapes and him getting signed with Atlantic, and he's one of the very few right now that's still around, and that's still doing music. A lot of them other cats like True Life and Jay
yeah.
Mills, and a lot of them cats like fell to the wayside. Like they have a lot of them ain't even drop an official album. Like Jay Mills, I remember when Jay Mills was out at the same time as Saigon, and he got signed to Young Money, and he still has not dropped the album on Young Money to this day. And he's been signed with Young Money forever. You know what I'm saying? So Saigon came a long way from a lot of those other cats. Even like Stack Bundles, rest in peace to him. I listened to a lot of Stack Bundles when before he got signed with Bird Gang, and yeah, like this Saigon was one of those mixtape cats that I listened to a lot during the 2000s, and I always felt like he was a dope artist, and it was good to finally see him come out with his album, after all the drama with him and the record label and everything that went on. So
Yeah, I feel like that's a dope story, man.
yeah,
And to be real with you, to answer your question and stuff like that, like even like with Papoose, I
Hmm.
know that he came out around the same time Saigon was supposed to came out,
Right.
and even though the album, the American Dream, that album was okay to like,
You know.
that album was not as good as it was supposed to have been and whatnot. At least he actually dropped an album too
Hmm.
and shit. But we gotta talk about that Papoose album too one
Yeah,
day.
and that was pushed back also. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and that was dropped 2 years after this album, if I'm not mistaken, 2012.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. Now Saigon, man, I'm gonna be real with you. I've heard Saigon a lot through mixtapes, but I never actually was like a huge fan of his music. It's not like I disliked him or nothing like that.
Right.
But I definitely liked his style. I feel like he's definitely like one of those rappers I can feel like he's definitely relatable in his own way and stuff like that. You know, because he like with like a lot of East Coast rappers around that time, they want to follow like the G Unit wave or they want to follow the Southern wave. I just feel like he was in the lane by himself
Right.
in a way. I just always like fuck with his music and stuff like that. And this is actually the first album I've heard from him, but I've heard his album actually when it came out back in 2010. This is actually the first time I'm hearing it since 2010. So yeah, man, definitely. Very. Oh, wait, not 2012. 2011. Excuse me. But yeah, Saigon. We break down who he is. He is a rapper that was born in Brooklyn and whatnot. Um, when he was young, he was born to an African American mother and a father from Haiti, and he actually was actually serving time in jail, for beating someone up in a bar and whatnot. And while he was in jail, one of his inmates, he was rapping, but at the same time when he was rapping, doing positive images or positive messages in his music. And so he got his name Saigon after reading Wallace Terry's book about the Vietnam War. And once Saigon was released from prison in 2000, he started doing mixtapes and whatnot. And so that was mixtapes created a buzz that he actually signed to Atlantic Records. He actually signed to Atlantic Records in 2004. And, Atlantic Records, in recent memory has been having like a lot of controversy with it because of how his artists would handle it. Like, check out the Lupe Fiasco Lasers review just for a better explanation, if you want to ask me. And so, that's when he's met Just Blaze. And at that time, Just Blaze was like, deep with the Rockefeller. He was deep with Rockefeller at that time and stuff like that. And while the mixtapes was getting like a lot of pushback and a lot of buzz, Atlantic Records was pretty much not really focused on releasing his music right away. And this kind of hurt Saigon a little bit because of the fact that he really wanted to get his music out there, and he felt like with Atlantic Records having history with like black artists and stuff like that, he felt like he had in there. But however, they never really went and did anything with that. And so it was also like around this time too that he got in a beef with Prodigy of Mobb Deep because of the fact that um pretty much like he kind of like, from what I've heard, like bum rush the show, like he gave like impromptu performance, and him and Prodigy kind of like had a few words with one another, and then it led to a fucking fight and stuff like that. And yeah, you know how that shit goes. I don't know how that shit goes. And yeah, man, I think like I don't even know if they even squashed it before he died. I'm not too sure on that part.
Right.
And yeah, but he was also, featured on the show Entourage too, which I've watched a little bit of Entourage. I'm not like a big fan of it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Yeah. And so, fast forward to like the early 20 teens, you know, you had like a lot of shit. You had um Saigon getting released from Atlantic Records and stuff like that. And then there was like rumors that You know, people said that he was retiring from hip hop because people at that time, but they were just waiting and waiting and waiting for this album to come out
Right.
and stuff like that. And you know, at that time, when the album did come out and stuff like in the early 20 teens, you know, pretty much when the album did come out, like, it did get like a lot of feedback. It was, I mean, moderately it did successful, but it was very critically acclaimed and whatnot too, you know. And yeah, man, it's just pretty much, you know, that's how the story with the fucking album is. The album cover is pretty ill, you know, just has them, you know, taped up and shit like that. I feel like that was like a metaphor because of how he feels like people are trying to silence him
Right.
and stuff like that. So I feel like that's like a metaphorical in a weird way.
Hmm.
So yeah, 18 tracks. Let's get this started. Track number one is Station Identification featuring Fat Man Scoop. You know, it's like a little intro, you know what I'm saying? Just, they were trying to like look for something to listen to on the radio and stuff like that. And it kind of begins with like, what's his name? Saigon just talking to Just Blaze, and then it fast forwards like trying to find something to listen to on the radio. And yeah, Fat Man Scoop just like promoting, Saigon and shit like that. So that was a pretty solid intro.
I like it. I think like it starts off with like his friend coming to see him in jail, and like like he like his friend tells him, they can hold your body but they can't hold your spirit. Stay up in there, stay focused. His friend brings him a radio so that he can check out what's going on in today's music. And then Saigon, he put some money in his conversary. And his he turns after his friend leaves, he turns on the radio and he's like going through the stations. And while he's going through the stations, you hear like the different mixtape songs that he had, like Come Again and Do Rag and joints like that. And then Fat I don't know why Fat Man Scoop. I don't think Fat Man Scoop was really needed for the intro, but he came on and he's talking his little crap. And um I guess he was like the he set the tone for the album. But I like the intro just the way it was without Fat Man Scoop on it.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, man, because yeah, nothing against Fat Man Scoop. Yeah, you right. He really was not really needed
Right.
on this track, which leads us into the invitation, which that features Q-Tip and yet again Fat Man Scoop. This was a pretty straight track, pretty solid track, nice way to like really set off the tone off this album and whatnot. So yeah,
Yeah, you had Q-Tip on the chorus. He was that was surprising to hear Q-Tip on a song with Saigon. The beat was dope, and Saigon saying it's crazy. We be out here for days upon days, making just enough to get some licks, kicks, and some haze. It's a damn shame we're placed in a no situation. The party is the invitation. The blow is the invitation. I thought it was cool, just to hear Q-Tip, collaborating with a newer artist. So I mean, when you hear like a artist like the Abstract collaborate with a newer artist, I mean that's basically him giving like a stamp of approval. Like and he's done it with like Rock Marcy and Danny Brown. So I think that was dope. Q-Tip to be on here.
yeah, very dope of tip and shit like that. And then you have the "Come On Baby" remix featuring Jay and Swiss Beats. I think the original was released like via mixtapes, and I
Yeah.
think got like sample clearances, if I'm
Hmm.
not mistaken. If I find the original version, I'll post it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a pretty good track. I definitely feel like Saigon had the better verse. I mean, Jay did his thing on this one, but yeah, this was really like Saigon's moment to shine and shit. So yeah, man, I felt like Swiss Beats really was not needed on this track, in my opinion.
Hmm. Yeah.
Just being
This
honest.
was. I remember hearing this early, and it was like in commercials and shit. I liked it. I thought it like the guitar riffs on there was dope. And It was a hard track, and Saigon saying, I run ringers around the fraudulent type. Come here, and I show you I spit on just more than the mic. And having Swiss beats on there, that was like Rough Riders Swizz. I thought it was cool. I thought it was a dope track.
Yeah, very, very, very dope track indeed. And then we're gonna get into the skit called War, which the War skit pretty much was just from what I got from it, it was pretty much Saigon's way of talking about how the upper and lower class neighborhoods are treated. And you have like the upper middle class, they're just describing how it is and stuff like that. And it has like the peaceful kind of music. But then, well, the other side, they're going through all this gang gang violence and whatnot, and it's just like just showing how it was treated when it came to like the public and stuff like that. So I feel like it was a pretty cool skit. That could have even like been an intro to a song if anything. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Miss Info from was it Hot 97? She was on the track, and
yeah,
um you got like a white guy talking about how good it is in his suburbs. Meanwhile, in the hood, people are dying from gun
right,
violence and stuff. So um you could tell like the difference between like the sunny side neighborhoods and when you come to the ghetto, and how it is in the ghetto, and it was cool.
yeah. I definitely hear what you're saying about that one. Track number 5, "Bring Me Down" Part Two. Very dope track. It pretty much is another track where he's like people want to downplay like his message just for radio airplay and whatnot. I like this track right here. Very, very dope in my opinion.
Yeah, it was a dope track. Not really one of my favorites on here, but I like the message, and Saigon saying I'm too high, but it's not from a drug, it's not from a drink, it's not from a night at the club, it's not from abroad, it's not what a it's not it's not what I cop from the dealer. I would tell you, but if I tell you, then I gotta kill you. So I think there's a video for this as well.
Yeah,
Um, it was cool. I like the message in the song, and I think for Saigon, like him, he could like convey his messages and not be so lyrical, and like he had a lot of powerful messages on this album, and I like the fact that for his first album he chose to do that and not go the route of trying to get radio play and all that. So
exactly. Cause motherfuckers get into them. Then when they get into like to like a major release, 'cause I think like that's what the issue with Atlantic. They try
right,
to make it like, into like this like East Coast rapper, like
hmm
hardcore rapper, with the
right,
mainstream
and
and
that was the same problem Lupe had with them when he was trying to
exactly,
release lasers. They wanted
exactly,
lasers to be commercial, and he didn't want that, and that's what led to like him going on Twitter and telling the fans to boycott the album and all that. So
yeah. But the way I'm sorry, as much as I like Lupe, early shit, I feel like he kind of handled that the wrong way personally because it's like he gave in to what they had to say in a
yeah,
weird way.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
But that
like
album don't it don't some of those songs don't seem like Lupe.
it don't,
You know.
it don't, and then I feel like that was what both pretty much fuck with his like discography and shit like that. In
Hmm.
my because
Yeah.
those first two Lupe albums, in my opinion, those are
That's
classics,
his best. Yeah.
his best shit. And I
And
would
that.
even go ahead.
Mm. Nah, go ahead.
I would even throw in like 2015's Tattoo and Youth in there too, in my opinion,
See,
but
I
not like
never like. I listened to like the other albums, but like Food and Liquor too, I was hyped for that, and that was a letdown.
trash. That was
And then
very
he had that beef with Pete Rock over the
yep.
sample of it. I'm like, come on, man, you can't have no beef with Pete Rock. That's like my favorite producer all time. So, Tetsuo and Youth, I listened to, and it just sounded too trappy to me. You know what I'm saying? And people love that album. I'm like, I didn't get into anything from him after Lasers. I just even now like the shit that he's dropping, I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, man. To me, it's that album is not a classic. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, that was better than Two Pimp a Butterfly." Vince
Right.
Staples
Oh hell
album.
no.
Hell
Oh
no.
no,
Not
nah,
even Vince Staples out. Hell no.
nah.
That summertime album,
That was
that's when
better.
that needed way better.
That was
Ooh.
better. But that's the FM joint. Or you
The
talking about
Vince
the
Staples.
other? Oh, the Vince tape. The was it Big Fish or something like that was called?
No, I think it was like I think EP or the album was called Summertime.
Yeah, like Summertime FM or something like that.
Yeah, some shit. Yeah,
Yeah, that was dope. I listened to that joint.
yeah,
That was a better album than what Lupe was dropping.
exactly. So yeah, I don't want to do like a Lupe
Right.
vibe like this. So I just want to get back to Saigon. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we still what we both had to say about Bring It Down.
Yeah.
Cool. Then we're gonna get into enemies. This track was okay in my opinion. We're just talking about how he's comparing like the ghetto to an enemy and stuff like that due to like, all the pain it caused them. I mean, the subject matter has been done before, but yeah, it was alright.
I like how he flipped the like he took a topic that's been done so many times, but he flipped it and made it into like two like a sequel. Like you see like the one side of like the friends, and then I mean the one side of the enemies, and then the other one on the friend side, and I love the beat. I think the beat was dope from Just Blaze, and like that bass line and the pianos on it, and
Yeah.
Saigon saying you was there when my hopeless mom put me out in the coldest storm, even though you didn't introduce me to smoking charm and toting arms. You welcome Saigon with open arms, and that's all I could focus on. The reason I wrote this explosive song to show even the closest bond get torn. You tricked me all along. You had me thinking you was my friend. You never loved Saigon. I love that. And the chorus, with friends like you, who needs enemies? And you brought a nigga bad luck like the Kennedys. I love that.
Ooh.
Definitely one of my favorite tracks on the album, and you have a video for this as well.
Yeah, man. A lot of the songs, like a lot of the songs, he definitely had videos for and shit.
Right.
Matter of fact, did I even say the singles off this album?
No, I don't think you did. He
Yeah,
dropped a
the
couple.
singles.
He did a couple of singles on this album.
Yeah, Come On Baby, Gotta Believe It, Bring Me Down, and The Greatest Story Never Told. Even though certain songs have to be re-altered because they were like dropped like in the later 2000s, but
Right.
y'all know to deal with that. So we are at Friends right now.
Yeah.
Friends, that was a pretty cool song too. Where again, like he's comparing a friend to like the streets and stuff like that, and he just kind of the personal experience, like growing up in a way where it's like a coming of age kind of ordeal.
Yeah.
Again, pretty cool track. Like I said, you heard this concept before, like you said, picking back what you said, but like the way he flipped it, like it was just unique
Yeah.
how he flipped it and shit.
And the production by Just Blaze,
Oh my god,
like to end when enemies at the end of enemies, the melody changes, like the tone changes, and then we go into friends, and it was more of like a soulful track, and I love the samples on that. It had a nice beat, and Saigon saying you made me not only sin, you made my temper short like Napoleon. With you, whenever you told me when I met you when I was only 10. Now it's only been 2.5 years since I left you, and I'm lonely. I like that joint, and like the way that he flipped it from enemies to friends, and seeing the differences with that, and it was great. It was those two tracks are like my favorite on the album.
yeah, I definitely feel, I definitely feel you on that track and shit, because and that's the thing about with Saigon too. The way he tells the story does not get talked about like that, in my opinion.
Right.
Like, yeah, man. I definitely got to check out his other Greatest Story Never Told. Since I never checked out his
Yeah.
other albums.
Yeah.
Um, then we are at ironically the title track, The Greatest Story Never Told. Very dope beat by Just Blaze. Just talking about guess how he was coming through, trying to get his album released and shit like that. Pretty solid track in my opinion, but to me it was just that beat that did it for me.
Oh yeah, I thought it was dope. A great title track. I like the horns on it, the beat. Saigon saying, "Lo and behold, greatest story never told." Chapter 1, verse 1, the Genesis of my scroll. Just a dope song.
Yeah, very, very dope track indeed. Um, and then we're gonna get into possibly this or the next track after my favorite one is "Clap" featuring Faith Evans. Yeah, Faith Evans is always a perfect choice for songs like this, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, this was kind of like a motivational kind of track right here, where it was just like, just like you going through tragedy, but at the same time you're making it. At the same time, you're still here and stuff like that. I love the line where he was like, "How does it feel being slaves to a dollar bill, giving you something y'all can feel? Are y'all for real? Do away with all the Chinese restaurant. Do away with other fake Gloria Estefan. Clap your hands if you got enough some real estate. Buy the crib, Mazda Benz with the wheels could wait." I mean, I love that fucking line and shit like that, in my opinion.
Hmm.
So yeah, very, 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 very dope track. I love the chorus too
Yeah.
with Faith Evans. It kind of reminds me of the song that she did with DMX. I want to say it
I
was on the Great Depression. It's
yeah. I miss you.
yes, it kind of reminds
Yeah.
me of that a little bit. I
Hmm.
don't know why though, but yeah, rest in peace DMX by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very, very dope track.
Yeah. This is more like a uplifting track, and I like the hand claps on it and the horns. It's real soulful. And Faith Evans always been like a one of my favorite singers. I think she's very underrated. Saigon saying, "Do away with the clubs and the drug spots. Do away with the judge and the mug shots. Like we do away with the day when the sun drops. Clap your hands if you tired of hearing gunshots." And again, like it's another serious message on this album, and it has a video also for this track. Definitely one of my favorites on here.
Yeah, very, very dope track. And the video was cool too. When shit looks
Yeah.
like they were like in like a church or some shit.
Hmm.
Um, and then we're gonna get into Preacher. Ironically, um, very, very dope track indeed. It's pretty much just talking about how motherfuckers aren't practicing what they preach. They say one thing and they mean another. This features Lee Fields and the expressions. Again, the beat by Just Blaze, very, very dark, very soulful and shit like that. Like I said, I feel like he definitely had some of his best beats on this album. Like even better than the shit he did with Jay, shit he did with Dipset.
Right.
This was his living proof, in my opinion. Let's just say that.
Hmm.
So yeah, very, very dope track indeed.
Very controversial. I mean, it probably would be controversial to a lot of people that are religious and that they
So
have, tight friendships with their pastor, with their neighborhood pastor. But it's something that happens. You might have like your neighborhood church that your pastor is rolling in a Benz, and people figuring out, well, how he able to afford a Benz, and how he got diamond necklaces and stuff, because that same plate that you passing around on Sunday mornings, and you dropping money in that plate, that's going to the pastor. So your money is going to the pastor so that he could afford the Mercedes Benz and that diamond studded necklace, around his neck. And that's what basically Saigon was talking about in this song. And I thought it's a hard track. I thought the beat was dope, real soulful. Saigon saying, "You insist, I'll give you some. I'll give you some 10% when I can barely even pay my own rent. I got an old '94 Pontiac. You ride around in this bitch in a new lack. You should be hitting us with some bread, but instead you hitting us in the head." And props to Saigon, because he was again talking about things that a lot of people wasn't gonna talk about on their first album, and Saigon went against the grain, and I think he pulled it off well. So
very well, especially in 2011, because
right.
to be real with you, 2009, between 2009 and 2012, in
Hmm.
my opinion, some of the worst years in hip hop. A lot
Hmm.
of trash came out that even trash from legends that time too. So this was like one of I'm being for real.
Mm,
Like Talib, Jay,
mm. Okay.
yeah, I'm looking at y'all too. Um, Snoop,
Mm.
um, who else? Who else? Who else? I was throwing Lupe lasers. I wouldn't throw that in there.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it was between those. I was just paying more attention. I was getting into like fucking
Mm-hmm.
classic rock that time and shit like
Right.
that. It wasn't until maybe like the Odd Futures and
Right.
well, J. Cole's The Cold War that came out 2011. That was one of the brighter spots too.
Right.
Which we need to talk about the sideline story
Yeah.
one day. I don't think we've ever talked
Yes.
about that one.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, hell, we could have done pre-recorded like some shit to hype up the album and shit. But you know what?
You
I
could
mean,
do that.
I
I
was
mean.
thinking, but I mean, we did the breakdown anyway, so y'all
Right.
should know. But
Right.
yeah,
We
it's
could
just
still do that though. We could still do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime,
Yeah.
anytime. But yeah, man. So this album, like, it wasn't until like maybe the Tyler Creators, of course, the Top Dog came out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hell, I'm not gonna lie, Migos kind of made Southern hip hop enjoyable again a little
Mm-hmm.
bit for a little bit. Yeah, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna lie, I like Migos a little bit. I can tolerate, but I don't know. Between 2009 and 2012, it was just I don't know
He-
what it was for those years.
Hector said Juvie and Sick Jacket were holding it down. I don't even remember the last Juvie album I heard. I don't think it was
But
around that time.
I'm gonna be with Juvie. I'm gonna be with, I didn't I kind of stopped listening to Juvie maybe after '04 because he just I was more for him between like '98 to '02 for real. I don't
Right.
remember Juvie's song after Slow Motion. I'm gonna be real with you.
Me
And I'm
neither.
not trying. I like Juno. I like
Right.
Juno. Yo, who the hell who's
Yeah.
Sick Jacket? Who's that?
That's he did an album with Muggs. The Mask and the Assassin. He's like a West Coast MC. He did like very underground artist.
I might check him out.
He wear
I think I heard
mhm.
about him, but I never really listened to
Yeah, yeah, he's dope. He's dope.
him. Yeah, man. That was enough of my rant right there. Track number 11, It's All Right, featuring Marsha Ambrosius. Very cool track right there. You know, Marsha Ambrosius, definitely a very dope neo soul singer. Stay tuned on what album I got from her during the whole neo
Oh,
soul.
oh,
So,
oh.
oh yeah. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah, man, this is a dope track. I love the break beat, the Luther Vandross sample, the pianos on it, the bass line. Nice production from Just Blaze. Marshall Ambrosius, another underrated singer on the chorus. He was dope. Saigon saying it's all right. I write a letter dedicated to God. First, I thank Him. Without a man, I would have never made it this far. But it should trying to think why he not getting involved. It's a lady with a newborn baby living in the car, and yeah, like it's definitely like a dope song, and like one of those like like down and out in the hood type of tracks. I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah. I definitely hear your thoughts about that. And yeah, Kanye actually did that beat too.
Oh, Kanye did the beat.
Yeah.
My bad. I thought it was just Blaze.
Yeah, I thought it was Just Blaze 2 and shit, but
Right.
yeah, I'm looking at the credits. So
Okay.
yeah, and this was like Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy Kanye. So that's
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, man. Track number 12, Believe It. Um, this was okay track, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like kind of ran a bit too long in my opinion, but and I'm not saying that in a bad way because I do
Right.
like the track, but I just feel like maybe about 4 minutes I would have done on this.
Right. Yeah, I used to see this video on 106 and Park a lot. They played it a lot, and Just Blaze is on the chorus and his like auto tune voice, and you know,
Oh,
and
that
hmm?
that was that was to me the least favorite part. That it felt I thought it was T Pain. I didn't know that was Just Blaze.
Yeah, that was
Oh
just Blaze. That was
shit!
just Blaze was doing that.
I'm like
You
Just
know what I
Blaze.
mean?
What are you doing?
Cause Just Blaze is in the video with him.
Yeah, I saw the video.
Right.
That's why I was like, I thought it was T Pain because I listened to the song first, then I
Right.
saw the video. Shit, so I was like,
And
crap.
Saigon saying I should I breeze past, hop out in a ski mask, rob everything moving and cruising the G class, and you got it's just Blaze on the chorus. They got you working all week trying to make ends meet. You just trying to keep your kids off the street. You gotta believe it. I like that. I like that part, but it don't say T Pain on the album. I'm assuming it's just Blaze because he
No,
was.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm like just Blaze is really using autotune at this time. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I'm
because
like, oh man.
It felt more like they were trying to go for that radio airplay track, and yeah, that's like my least favorite track off. Come to think, that's like my least favorite track off the album because I saw what he was trying to do, and you know me, I don't mind a good club banger once in a while when it's done right. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
But yeah, I could have done without that track.
yep,
I would have put something from the deluxe edition to replace it, but you know what?
right,
We
yep,
unfortunately we don't live in a perfect world, so um. Then we're gonna get into "Give It to Me" featuring the underrated Raheem Devon. This was like one of the love songs off the album. I fuck with this one and stuff like that. You know,
yeah,
definitely fuck with this one. You know, I mean some of the lines I made was kind of cheesy. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of was like 50 Cent, 21 Questions, cheesy. Yeah. I went there. I went there and shit. One lyric he said some shit like, "Bitch won't fuck with me, that bitch won't fuck me, then she celibate. Brad Pitt couldn't fuck that chick, unless she's really just a hoe. I don't know. If so, I call her the Bishop Magic." And then he said one other line. He said, "I'm thrilled like the homie Bun B. For real, there's only one me. They know that I'll paralyze a phony MC. Am I on some thug shit? Go on and come and see me." I don't know. It just felt. I just felt like it's one of those. He just tried to like do it for radio airplay. I don't know.
right, right.
I don't know if it was just me though, but
Mm-hmm. I agree.
okay.
He
So
he was he wasn't he wasn't the radio friendly type of artist. And I think he
Well,
tried with this song, and it was playful, but I'm like, this is not Saigon though,
yeah.
and he got Raheem Devon, another underrated singer, on the chorus, and I like this song, like it was cool, you know. It reminded me of like when Freeway did Flip Side with PD. Like that was like a playful joint, but Freeway wasn't really the type to do like joints with a chick. So you know, like
yeah,
he said told her that she was coming just to kick it with me. So then she jumped in. I said lick it for me. She said only if only you gonna stick it to me. I said come on, quit playing, girl, give it to me. Like I'm like that's not Saigon. That's
it's not, man.
that's fabulous. I could hear him doing that.
Oh, please.
Clutch was
And
good. Salute.
uh,
Let's go
fabulous.
Knicks.
In the words of Afro Man, it's fabulous.
That wasn't Saigon. I think that's why they didn't release it as a single because they probably knew it wasn't gonna do good.
Right. Um, and next track, this is the other love song. "What the Lovers Do" featuring Devin Do. Very better song in my opinion. You know how I feel about Devin Do. If y'all
Hmm.
watched the Scarface the Untouchable review last night, which
Yeah,
that was a very dope review we did, by the way.
yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, sorry I was late again, because no, yeah, but I'm gonna try to be on time for these reviews and shit, cause yeah, but for real though, this was a cool song, a nice little smooth kind of shit. This even could have been a single. I could have seen
Right,
it, but
right.
yeah, we don't live in a perfect world, so.
Yeah, it was dope. It had a dope beat, and I like the piano arrangements on there, and the bass line was dope. And Saigon talking about a girl I was fronting on the ass, and how he tried to do everything possibly to sleep with her. Bought her diamonds and took her out to dinner and all that, and that didn't seem to be enough. And he's saying would even go as far as giving the god noggin, but when it came to the coochie, she just would not bargain. And you got Devin the Dude on the chorus, another underrated artist on this album. I liked his early albums, and hey, this was a dope song.
Yeah, very very dope song indeed. And so we're right about now we are at "Better Way" featuring Lazy Bone. Again, another very cool song right here. I see this song more like a coming of age, in my opinion, just talking about how he came up, hustling in the streets, with his music and stuff like that, with his mixtapes. Um, Lazy Bone, I admit, I was expecting Lazy Bone on this track,
Hmm.
but because when people like ask a Bone member, they would either call Busy or Crazy Bone, but
Right,
you never really get people pick Lazy and shit like that. And that's no shade to Lazy itself because I love all the members of Bone Thugs and shit.
right.
And yeah, so this was a pretty cool track.
It was dope. You know, again, it's like a different type of collab, and like this song sound more like a Bone Thugs song to me than like it would fit more on like a Bone Thugs album than on Saigon album. But I thought it was
Okay,
dope. I thought, huh?
I feel you.
I thought the beat was dope and the pianos on it, like lazy. You got lazy on the chorus. Although we be thugging and bugging, we do be trying to find a better way. I love that. He's great on choruses. Saigon did his thing. He said, "I tried to put all of my troublemaking days behind me, but it seemed like them fuckers always find some way to find me. I knew that Just Blaze would sign me. I never thought that Just Blaze would sign me because he know that I fight a lot and he know that my nation is raging grimy. So, him just giving shout outs to Just Blaze and Just Blaze taking a chance on him. And
Yeah.
I thought that was dope.
Now I got a question for you, bro.
Uh,
Would you see Saigon with Rockefeller during that prime?
yeah, I definitely think he would have fit in with them. I mean, cause they signed Nori, and I didn't think Nori fit with them. They signed MOP. Um, Who else was on that label with them? Like Dipset. I never thought I would see Cameron and Dipset on there. I think definitely would have fit in. If they were around longer, I think I definitely could have seen Saigon on there. He probably would have been more successful on there with the whole promotional machine and Def Jam backing them. So
Now let me ask you this one more question though. Do you feel like at their prime, do you feel like he would have taken Kanye's reign though? Because
Saigon,
yeah, because I hate using this term, but Kanye was doing that whole backpack rap that stupid
mm,
term. I never understood who was the
I
asshole that came up with that shit.
that's the government. That's the people that for the casual rap fan that wasn't a hip hop head, that's what they labeled it as. Oh, this is gangster rap. This is backpack rap. This is alternative rap. This is whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because I never went around and looked at these artists like, oh, this is backpack rap and this is gangster rap, and that's just something that the media and people outside of hip hop that they don't understand the culture, that they just made up these labels. East Coast hip hop, hardcore hip hop, all this other crap.
hardcore.
Yeah, horrorcore. You know what I mean? Like that's all those labels. Like when I went to the record store, I didn't. When you go to the rap section, they didn't have none of those labels in the rap section. Not one time I went to the record store and I seen, oh, the horrorcore section or the alternative rap section. They didn't have that at record stores. You know what I'm saying? They just put everything all in one genre, all the rap artists all together. There wasn't no, let's break this down with different labels. So
Right. It's stupid, man.
yeah.
All
I
right.
doubt I don't I think Kanye still would have blown up even if Saigon was on the label, and he still would have blown up. You know what I'm saying? Because Kanye is just a talented artist. You know what I'm saying? And probably one of the most outspoken artists that we have. Like for a dude to come out and be mad at the Grammys like because he didn't win. You know what I'm saying? Like that we don't really see that often. So
Well, to be honest, I'm gonna be real with you.
mhm,
The way how Kanye flips on award shows is the same way how people flip on award shows today with the Oscars and the Grammys about the lack of race. I feel
right.
like call me like yeah, Kanye he kind of went a little overboard with some of the things,
Mhm,
but the things he was saying back in the day, a lot of motherfuckers are saying now and shit about how
right.
oh the Oscars are too white, oh the
Right.
Grammys don't recognize real music like that. Like I'm just
Mhm,
I'm just saying like y'all calling like that's the part calling the kettle black and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all calling me crazy and shit. These are
right.
the same motherfuckers that was complaining when Nas won his Grammy.
I'm glad Nas won a Grammy. I just think he won it
Exactly.
for the wrong album though. You know what I
Well,
mean?
say what you want. I'm grateful
Mhm.
he got a Grammy.
Yes, I'm grateful he won. Yeah,
I'm grateful he got a Grammy.
I'm grateful he won. That
Yeah,
J Cole freestyle is fire. I love that freestyle.
I didn't even hear those shits yet,
Yeah,
but
he got
say he
many
rapped.
quotables on there already.
They say he was rapping over 93 till infinity.
Yeah, man, he killed it.
Oh shit, okay, I gotta hear that.
Crazy, and it's still
But
tipping
yeah,
beat the Mike Jones beat.
Yeah, that one too.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, and these artists too, like fucking Justin Bieber. Oh, I feel like my album is more R&B. Like, there's nothing R&B about you, dude. Like stick to your fucking culture appropriated music bullshit.
I
Be great.
had a problem with Bieber using the Martin Luther King snippets on the album because I don't understand that.
Don't even. And this is the same motherfucker that said one less lonely nigga, one less lonely nigga. Y'all forgot about that shit. I didn't forget. I ain't fucking forget about that shit. One less when he was on one less lonely nigga, one less. No, I ain't forget about that fucking shit. But then all of a sudden you're fucking Martin Luther King Jr. on your album. Fuck out my face, please.
I don't think I listened to the album. I thought it was dope. I just don't think those skits belong on there because I'm like, if you name it, yeah, and during these times you name your album Justice, and you're putting Martin Luther King on your album, people are gonna have an issue with that. I think that's where he messed up at doing
I feel like he messed up by starting singing in the first place. I'm gonna be
that.
real. I feel like he should just stuck to his YouTube covers and just let the whole world like continue on with their fucking life and shit. I'm sorry. I personally do not like Justin Bieber. I just never saw the hype for him and stuff like that. It's like
Right.
y'all cancel culture is so funny sometimes. Y'all pick the motherfuckers y'all want to cancel, but y'all ain't doing nothing to cancel Bieber and shit. I'm I mean, cancel culture is a fucking joke. Shit. Anyway,
Man.
let's get back because I want to go in after the album and shit. We at oh yeah, our babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very very cool song and shit. Buck Wild, he did some help on the production with Just Blaze on that one. Yeah, that was pretty alright. It was cool.
Yeah, that this has a video also is a dope heartfelt track and Saigon saying I will strive with or without a pops to provide. Mom still cried because she fell for a crock of lies. I try to teach her to fight her fear. I try to teach her to wipe her tears. Don't worry, shit gonna be alright this year. I'm at the top of my game, just watching my name. Better off popping my brain than popping my chain. I thought it was definitely like a dope, another like heartfelt track that he has on this album. And he talked about like the struggles with him and his mom, and I thought it was a dope song.
Yeah, very very dope song indeed. By the way, I'm about to DM you something right quick.
Okay.
So then we're gonna get into the track you did with Bun B, which was and the winner is um pretty cool song in my opinion. You know, Bun B, he's a Southern legend at this point. You know what I'm saying? Nice way to end off the album. I didn't even hear the hidden track to be honest with
Yeah.
you, because I don't know. I just feel I was
Right.
like sleep. I guess that's when I actually was sleeping and shit. But yeah, so this was a pretty cool track in my opinion.
Right. This is basically the remix to enemies. It's just like a live version.
Yeah,
And Bun B, it sounded like Bun B was at a show that Saigon had did, and he came out on stage and did his verse. And I actually like Bun B on the track. His flow. He said, "Sun up to sundown. When I'm in them fist fights, I let my gun sound. He was the main one round." And like Bun B was killing it. I'm like, they should have put Bun B on the track because he did his thing on here. You know, and it was different like to see like again like Saigon collaborate with an artist like Bun B. So
yeah, definitely feel you on that. And Bun B, man, UGK is definitely one of the
yeah,
greatest Sun duos ever.
yeah.
Did you hear the hidden track by the way?
The hidden track is was it Too High? I have this. I forgot when I got this album. It has the deluxe edition with the bonus disc, and it's like other bonus tracks, but I don't remember hearing them. If I did, it was like a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's originally 17 songs, the standard edition. But if you get the deluxe, there's a bonus disc, and it has like 4 or 5 other songs on the bonus disc.
Hmm. All right, and that concludes the review of Greatest Story Never Told. Overall, this is a very good album. I call it I'm gonna call it a classic in my opinion.
I
I'll call
agree.
it a classic
I
album.
think it
I feel
is.
like the rightful time has passed. It's been
Hmm.
about a decade. I feel like it's a classic album. This is a perfect example of an artist sticking to his guns, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because like I said, this album was supposed to have been released like back in the late 2000s, but at the same time, Atlantic Records wanted to push it back. They trying to be funny with the motherfucker and shit like that. I definitely feel like it does have certain songs I could have done without
Right.
and shit like that. But I feel like the ratio between the mediocre songs and the stellar songs is like slim to none and shit like that. That makes sense. Um, I do admit certain guest appearances I could have done without certain guest appearances like Fat Man Scoop
Hmm.
and shit like that. But overall, I love the album. I feel like Saigon definitely did his thing on this one. I'm gonna give this dare I say I might just give it a 5 out of 5. I'm gonna be real. I'm just gonna be real.
I like the fact that for his first album, he went against the grain and he didn't try to make it a radio friendly commercial, success. And it seems like maybe that's the struggle he had with Atlantic. It seemed like a lot of the artists that was on here, like he wanted to work with them, like Marsha Ambrosius and Faith Evans and Raheem Devon. Like those type of artists that they're not getting the radio play anymore, like they once was, and Devin the Dude and Lazy Bone. I like that. I like Bun B on the last track. I like the fact that he did do those collabs with those artists, and he didn't go out and get a Jay-Z or a Fabulous or whoever was hitting at that time, and just Blaze. To me, this is just Blaze's last great produced album. You know what I'm saying? Because like minus the Rockefeller stuff, he never dropped the first Jay Electronica album never came out. So that was a dope album too, like the leaked version I heard. But I
Jesus.
feel like for production wise, this is like the last great thing that Just Blaze did as a producer. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is still Saigon's best album after everything. I've heard part two and three. They don't live up to the first one. Um, and I feel like this is like his first album is still his best one. Like, and we said that so many times about different artists. Mace, still his first album is his best one. I can keep going on, but this is definitely a classic in my opinion. Like this album, like when it comes to like the 2010s, this is like one of the albums I played a lot. You know what I'm saying? So like if I had to make like a list of like the best rap albums of 2010s, this would be on it definitely. It's a solid album. He had a lot of even with the turmoil with Atlantic, he dropped a lot of videos for a lot of songs on this album, and definitely a great album. So to me, it's a 5 mic classic.
I feel you on that. Yeah. It's 1:39. I'm gonna probably stay until about 2 o'clock and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your beef with Justin Bieber. You don't like him,
No, I never cared for Justin Bieber.
right?
I never.
See, I never. The thing is, I never listened to Bieber when he came out with like that baby shit. I started checking him out when I want to say when the Believe album came out, and I think he could sing. I think he's dope. Like him and Chris Brown. The thing is, like both of them got into trouble around the same time when they started getting older. But even with even with the trouble that they were in, to me they still talented artists. But my issue with Justin Bieber's new album was that I don't feel like he should have named it Justice. And then you have like the Martin Luther King snippets on there, and people are gonna say shit, especially now during these times that we living in. And I think that it was just bad because the album don't reflect what the title is about. So I don't understand why he named it that.
And my issue with that is this: I hate when artists do this. They want to jump on the woke bandwagon when they have
Right,
not done shit for the black communities.
right,
Like, why weren't you in the fucking protest and shit like that? Why weren't you getting your ass beat by the police? But you want to be like, oh, I'm down for the brothers. I'm down for this. No, I don't want to hear
right,
that fucking shit, nigga. Like, nigga, look, I was in the fucking protest and shit,
right,
nigga. I was getting my ass. I mean, I didn't get my ass for no tear gas. I get my ass no beat on the couch and shit, but I was risking my life up in that bitch and shit like that,
right.
nigga. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that fucking. I'm down for the cause. And when your ass was talking shit about black people, but y'all so quick to forget.
Hmm.
Y'all so motherfucking quick to forget that shit. But y'all want to fucking cancel Ice Cube when he was trying to talk to
Hmm.
fucking Donald Trump. Y'all was so quick to
Right,
cancel Ice Cube and
right.
shit.
And he had to come on CNN and he had to come on CNN and talk to Don Lemon about that.
Mm.
And they try to like they bring him on with like other people on the panel, like oh, let's bring other people on the panel just in case you go off on CNN. I'm like, y'all know who you talking to? It says America's Most Wanted. Like,
This was the same nigga that stepped up to Bill Mayer when Bill Mayer
right,
was saying the word and shit. Like
right,
y'all quick to forget. Y'all
hmm,
cancel culture making me fucking
right.
laugh.
He had called Oprah out. You know what I'm saying? Oprah
Right.
ain't want him on his on her show.
Nah.
You know, and that was my issue with Bieber's album. I'm like, cause you can't name it Justice and the album doesn't reflect nothing about the album title. That's like if Cypress Hill come out with an album called Weed or Bong and the album doesn't reflect what the album title is about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm and you was never like you wasn't. I didn't see Justin Bieber at all at none of these protests. So that was my issue with the album.
I said I was getting my ass beat by the police.
Oh boy.
Man, I make myself laugh sometimes. I said, now hold on, I wasn't getting my ass beat by the police and shit, but still, I was
Like
out my
what
office.
Ronnie said, like Jadakiss said, you used to be my dog. You was in my left titty, scream ride or die. I thought you would die with me. Yep. Yeah, like he wasn't around for those protests, so I feel like he was trying to capitalize on what's going on now, which is
I didn't see
sad.
that nigga. I ain't see that nigga sweating. I ain't seen that nigga wearing no mask and say Black Lives
Yep.
Matter. And I don't want to hear
And
all that All Lives Matter bullshit. I don't want to hear all
and,
that
and
All
who
Lives
was who was
Matter
it
shit.
that who was it that discovered Justin Bieber? A black man, Usher
Black
Raymond. Usher
Usher.
Raymond discovered Justin Bieber.
But you want to sit your white ass and talk about black people when a motherfucking nigga invited you to the fucking field and shit like that. You wanna do all that motherfucking shit.
Hmm.
See, and this is why I'm the way I am, and this is why I'm the way I am about certain shit, about issues, about artists.
Right,
When I hate when and even when fucking artists like look this whole YouTuber Logan Paul
right.
motherfucker over here making fun of suicide, but then you want to apologize and then you want to donate money. You want to fucking donate money just for a fucking apology and shit. How come you want to publicize that shit? How come you don't apologize to the fucking family of the suicide
Hmm.
victim?
Right. That's the dude that's fighting Mayweather.
If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
I hope. Well, I know Mayweather gonna beat him, so I'm not
Please.
even gonna watch that match. I'm not even watching that. That's a waste of time, really. Like Floyd Mayweather needs to retire too. Like for you to you know what I'm saying? Like for you, how do you go from fighting legends like Manny Pacquiao and Oscar De La Hoya to fighting Logan Paul? Like he needs to retire now. Like he's just doing this for the money. I don't get it. That would be like The Rock coming back to wrestling and instead of fighting uh Randy Orton or something, they put him against Doink the Clown or some shit. Like you need to retire. You know what I'm saying? Like you're coming back to embarrass your legacy to Logan Paul, a YouTuber. Come on, you know. I'm not even gonna watch that, man. I haven't been hype about boxing in a long time anyway. So Canelo, I missed the Canelo fight. Like I heard he won. I mean, I'm not surprised. Canelo's at the top of his game right now. So you know, if it's
Yo,
if it's not a Canelo fight or a Crawford Jamal Crawford fight, Bud Crawford fight, I ain't really watching boxing like that no more. So Bob Marley's death, yeah, we talked about Bob Marley's legacy a couple of months ago on my channel.
wait, it's about to be 40 years. That one was tripping me out. I was like
What's that?
50 years. It
Bob
said
Marley
50.
is
Yeah,
50 years. He turned 50. His death is 50 years already.
it's 40 years. I was
40
tripping
years.
about that. I was
He
like,
he died
damn,
in what 81? Was it 81 he died? No, it's not
yeah.
50 years yet. What do you think about people saying Lil Wayne is better than Tupac? I saw that post too. I seen that
Man,
post.
I'm
Come
not
on,
even paying
man.
attention to that bullshit. Man, I got other.
Little Wayne is dope. I listen to a lot of Lil Wayne in the 2000s, the Carter series, and a lot of his mixtapes. But not any of those. I don't think you have any songs that's as heartfelt as the stuff that Tupac came out with. I don't think
I
you have a so many tears type of song or Dear Mama. You know what I'm saying? I don't think discography is even touching Pac's song.
his
You
discography is
know,
not touching Digital Underground, man.
nah, he ain't touching Pac. I mean, Pac didn't even do mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Just the 5 6 Pac albums alone, I think is better than anything Wayne got.
And this is the trend I want to start. Can we stop using Tupac's name for clout? Can we please just stop doing that shit? Cause that shit's getting.
Who is making these posts? Like they're doing these posts to get clout in the first place.
Can we
That's
just
why
stop
a
doing?
lot of those pages I don't follow. I'm like, if I see like pages like that, I don't follow them because they doing that for attention. You know, when I end up following a page like that, me and RL got into a disagreement because they wanted clout. They wanted let's be real, they wanted clout to post shit like that. You know what I'm saying? When you posting Nexus top 50 all the time, that you want attention because nobody thinks that. No R&B head is gonna say Nexus is like one of the best top 50 groups all time. They not. You know what I'm saying? That was my bad for go playing along with the clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? I don't follow pages, and I seen that some. I think it was Ronnie that sent me that shit too, with the whole Tupac and Big and Weezy thing. I'm like, Weezy's not better than Pac, man. You know what I'm saying? Weezy did his thing. You know, he got classics, but he not touching Pac when it come to like just like pure songs. I think Pac hit harder than him.
And let's be real. The first three Wheezy albums, I did not care for. I'm being
I
perfectly
did not
honest.
listen to that stuff, right? And like yeah, like I remember when they dropped, but I didn't listen to Weezy until quarter one dropped. When that dropped, I liked it. He came out quarter 2. I thought that was a great album. Quarter 3, same thing with that. And then he all the wave of mixtapes, the no dedication mixtapes with drama, and the no ceiling mixtapes, and the Carter 3's leak sessions, all those Empire mixtapes, all those mixtapes. I played a lot of Weezy and during the 2000s, but I with every album, I don't feel like he had those heartfelt songs like Pac. Like he got bangers, but there's a difference between having bangers and having like songs that touch you. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
think Pac was more about that.
Exactly. Like not saying because Wayne had heartfelt songs too. I'm not gonna like tie my hands. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't
But
even remember that. What album that's from?
Carter 3, that was the one he did about
Tie
her.
My Hands.
Yeah,
I gotta hear that again. It's been years since I heard it. It's been years since I heard that joint. What I miss my dog. That was a heartfelt song. I love
yeah.
that song. I miss my dogs.
I feel like
Um, I feel like
I,
dying, but that wasn't on the album. That was on the mixtape because it was leaked.
hey, hey,
And
hey,
he
hey.
talked about like swimming in Nevada codeine, and you're basically talking about the same drug that you was taking. Michael Jackson did that with Demerol. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, that was a great song. Prostitution slang. But I never felt like I felt like he always had bangs. I didn't feel like any of his songs really hit me like how Pac songs hit people. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's not he did his thing. He's great. Like I still feel like the East Coast blew him up to where he is now. I don't feel like if without our influence, I don't feel like he would have been a great artist like that. I feel like a New York had a lot of influence in him blowing up to where he's at now. Even if people don't want to admit that,
Oh, heck,
because
you said
before
Block.
Carter, we wasn't bumping Weezy over here. We wasn't bumping nobody from Cash Money except for the Bling Bling track.
You said a block is how does your favorite Wheezy album actor? Really?
I mean, people feel like that.
Jesus Christ!
People feel like that. That's good.
I never heard anyone say that's their favorite. I'm just surprised.
Hector's a day one. He been listening to Weezy from day one. I wasn't. So, you know what I'm saying? I can only comment on the Carter shit. Everything after the Carter and everything after the Carter. I am not human 1 and 2. Like I said, no ceiling. The funeral album. All the shit that he's been dropping now and all that. you
Yeah,
know.
I love Lucy. It's funny as hell.
Candlelight said, Lord. Yeah, I'm ready for J. Cole album. I think it's gonna be dope.
I'm gonna
I'm definitely.
once I edit this unsung episode, I'm gonna send everything to you by
All right.
tonight. Hopefully by an hour it should be processed.
I think
Cause
they're doing this because next month will be his 50th birthday, and it will be the 25th anniversary of his death this September. That's why they're doing that. Oh, the Pac and Wheezy thing. But why Wheezy? Why not
yo,
nobody somebody else?
Weezy needs to take care of himself. Yo, I don't know what
They
the
could have
fuck.
said DMX or somebody like that. Why Wheezy? DMX to me had songs that were more heartfelt than Wheezy. Lords of the Underground, Chief Rocker, or Black Sheep. The choice is yours.
Black Sheep.
I love Black Sheep, man. That's like the only damn song people know from them, though. Unfortunately,
Exactly.
unless you're a hip hop head, that's like the casual rap fan. That's like the only song they know from them. Nobody ever talks about Flavor of the Month.
Hey, tell them. Tell the truth. Tell them.
You know what I mean? Or Strobe Light Honey.
No.
Nobody, you never hear nobody ever mention those songs. Strobe Light, Similac Child. Nobody ever talks about those. It's always, Traces Yours. I'm kind of tired of it already, to be because they use it in everything.
To be, I'm that's one of the songs I'm never tired of,
You
but
never tired of that song?
I'm never really tired of that song because that song always gets me hyped. Like, yeah, that dun dun dun. I just love. That's like one of those hip hop songs I can never get tired of, no
It's
matter what.
it's one of those songs like when you play the album, you almost feel obligated to play the song. It's like if I play Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, I feel obligated to play that song. You know, like I gotta play this song before I take the album off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it be like that shit sometimes.
Yeah.
Yo, man, I was catching people in line just to get some gas this morning. Yo, I was like, hell no, I ain't waiting no
Yeah, what's
fucking
up with the hacker gas shortage? What the hell is that about?
I don't even, how the fuck that makes sense and
How
shit.
you hacking gas? I didn't know you could hack gas now.
Like, first of all, we have a shortage on chicken. Now we
Mm.
have a shortage on gas. What's next? A shortage on cotton now. What's next?
Yeah, a shortage on watermelon come the summer.
Oh, chill out. I don't even eat watermelon. Fuck that.
I love
Shit.
watermelon. I love watermelon. That's the black part of me. I love watermelon. That's my
Bro,
favorite fruit. So
I be hating it when niggas be eating like. I'm like, is it really
what
that good? Like, I
what
never.
watermelon? You know you black when you love watermelon and fried chicken. I love both. So, but I can't play basketball for shit. So it's not all
I
true.
don't,
That myth that all blacks could shoot a wicked jump shot is not true.
I don't,
That was not my sport. Baseball and football is more my sport.
I don't drink Kool Aid or watch Love and Hip Hop.
I drank a lot of Kool Aid when I was little, so I probably got diabetes behind it. I drank a lot of Kool Aid, a lot of Kool Aid. I know every flavor.
I know every flavor to the Flintstones, keep vitamins and shit.
The Flintstone vitamins, I had that too. I think you posted that, right?
Hell yeah,
The
yo,
Flintstone
that
vitamins. I used to have that too when I before school. Like I had that.
sometimes I like to eat that as a snack sometimes because that
Oh
should be
my
good
god,
as fuck.
that had no flavor to it. You crazy? Only the grape.
That
The
shit was
grape had
good as
flavor to
fuck,
it.
man. That
You
shit was good
you
as
bugging?
fuck, man.
You
I
bugging?
might start taking me some vitamins again because that shit was good as fuck. Like
Oh man,
I might just get so drunk one night and just make me a Flintstones vitamin drinking
they
shit.
still sell that the Flintstone vitamins.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow,
that shit good as hell,
them
yo. Like
chewable things. Oh god.
I'm gonna make a business out of it, man.
You're gonna be slanging.
That's gonna
You're
be
gonna be
hot, yo.
slanging Flintstone vitamins on the corner. Oh my god.
Yeah, I might make some cookies out of that Flintstone vitamin cookies and shit.
Y'all remember this song, Thrift Shop? I actually have that album, The Heist with Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. I actually got that one.
I never liked that stupid
You
stuff.
never like that song? I
Nah,
thought the album was dope. I mean, they broke up after I think after that first album, but I thought it was a dope album.
man,
I
I
don't
only
think they
did
should have won for best rap album though. Not over Kendrick. That was a robbery.
I only did that review for my homeboy and shit.
The Heist. You did a review for that?
That was one of my first reviews,
Oh, I never saw it.
way back in
What
2014.
what what did you rate the album?
think like that was when I didn't rate albums. I'm
Oh, you didn't rate albums?
not
What would you
then.
rate the album now? I'm curious to know, to find out what would you be. What would you rate the album? Like a one
Three,
or
three
a
out of five.
three? Oh, oh,
Yeah,
so
like
you thought it was dope too then?
I didn't. I'm not going too far. I thought it was okay. I thought it was solid, but I'm not like a fan. I'm not like a fan. But I thought it was a solid album. It was better than most albums,
Man,
but it didn't deserve that fucking Grammy. I'm with you.
nah, I didn't deserve that. Not for rap album. Like they got other Grammys that night. I could understand that, but over Kendrick, nah. They robbed Kendrick with that.
Where was Kanye then?
Right? Where was Kanye? Did Kanye get anything that night? He probably was happy as fuck. That's why he didn't run up on stage and say shit. You know, He's like, I'm good with my Grammy. I'm not running up with them. I need Kendrick on my album.
Yo, this nigga trying to run up our back.
you know,
Yo, his award show antics. We need to do like a reaction video to those and shit. Those should be legendary.
favorite Mariah video. Is that what I'm reading? Q.
Favorite Mariah era or video?
What does that mean?
Like that album era, like the early '90s. Like what era of Mariah you like?
Oh, favorite Mariah era, like the '90s, like the Daydream era, like from what was that '95, like '95 up until like the Emancipation album. Yeah, everything after that is like that's when she started to fall downhill.
Yeah, this Flintstone vitamin cookies.
Better
That's
lyricist, Saigon or Conway? I think Conway is better than Sai. He has better discography, better bars. I don't know if Conway can. I want to see from Conway if he can be as deep with content like Saigon. Like the stuff that Saigon talked on this talked about on this album. I want to see Conway do that. I don't know if he can do that though.
you never know.
I mean, I think he could because he did a song about the he dropped a song last year during the protests and all that. So
Gucci says stop.
stop what?
I told him about the Flintstone cookies and shit.
Oh,
He's like, stop.
you gonna slang Flintstone vitamins? Wow. Oh Lord.
Shit.
Stokely came out with a new song and it's called Cascade. I haven't heard it yet.
Me neither.
Mint condition? Wow. Better producer, Just Blaze or Swizz? I'm going with Just Blaze. I think
Same.
Swizz Beats fell off a long time ago. I love Rough Riders Swizz, but after I don't even know what year I would say he fell off at. It was very early to me though. Like before Blueprint 3, I think he fell off.
Oh shit. Are you a Kiss fan by any chance?
I never heard none of their albums. I know like some of these songs.
Oh wow.
I watched I watched the Gene Simmons and Shannon Tweed reality show for like one season.
That shit is still going on?
No, I don't think it is. That was like 10 years ago. So
Like
I
yeah, that
watched a
shit.
lot of I watched a lot of reality shows because of who the person was. That's why I was watching Love and Hip Hop in the beginning and shit like that. And the Osbournes. Remember the Osbournes?
I never watched that crap.
You never watched the Osbournes? I watched the Osbournes and yeah, Shannon Tweed and Gene Simmons had a reality show.
I hear.
You know, I watched that shit for like one season and shit. You know they doing a Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee movie.
On Lifetime.
Is it Lifetime is coming on?
Oh, I was
I
literally
don't.
asking.
Nah, I don't think it's Lifetime. I want to say Netflix, but
Ooh,
um,
that would
they
actually
do
be good.
they doing a like a biopic on them, like their relationship.
Then that would actually be good if it's on Netflix, because they can get away with a lot of more shit if it's on Lifetime.
Yeah, I don't
We'll see.
think it's on Lifetime.
We'll see all the drugs and. We'll see y'all. We'll see y'all
we
the
we
sixth.
already saw the tape. They invented that whole celebrity sex tape shit. They started that. You know.
Yeah, I still about to eat some steak tonight. Oof.
You want some steak at two a.m.
I mean, I was supposed to eat it last night, but I came back home last night late.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because by this time yesterday, I was literally driving.
When you starting your food channel?
It's very soon, man.
You see Reg live at 2 a.m. making steak and ribs and all that.
Shit. But I want to do it when I get my own place, like legitly get my own place. Because
Right.
I mean, yeah.
I feel you.
Because sometimes I don't like cooking late at night and shit like that, and then niggas be
Yeah.
coming in. And shit, you know how that shit be.
True.
'Cause if it was back in Durham, I would have definitely did that shit. Cause me and my friend, we be up late at night without be making like some
Hector said,
shit.
"Don't forget the A1 steak sauce."
But believe it or not, I don't even eat A1 like that. Believe it or not,
No.
I make my own steak sauce, low key.
Oh, where you make your own steak sauce?
Yeah, I put gravy, jerk sauce, a little bit of garlic and shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't do all that A1 bullshit.
So no ketchup.
Nah, hell no. Ooh, hell no. I don't put ketchup on steak. Hell no.
Y'all remember this song OMG? Oh yeah, that was on Raymond versus Raymond.
Trash.
You didn't like that album?
I I I like the album. I did not like the song.
You like they played that song a lot though. He performed a song with them at the Super Bowl, like the year that they were perform at the halftime show.
Yeah,
And
I
he
remember.
came he came down from like the stadium and they performed OMG.
I was like, what is Usher doing? I like
They
oh
play that
like
song too much, way too much,
oh my
way
god.
too
I was
much.
like, what is this nigga doing? But
Get
yeah,
Lucky. I love that Daft Punk song with Pharrell from the last Daft Punk album ever.
that was cool.
Yeah, that was a dope. But Get Lucky and Lose Yourself. That was dope. Ronnie said, "Would you put ranch dressing on your steak?"
What?
Ranch dressing is more for like buffalo wings. You know what I'm saying, or salad. Like
What
I
the
like ranch dressing on my salad. You know what I'm saying, and the buffalo wings. I wouldn't put it on steak though.
But I be loving like kale Caesar salad. I make a little Caesar salad with kale lettuce and shit.
Yeah. Oh
That
yeah,
should be
you
bad.
into your kale stuff now? I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I'm into my kale.
That's dope.
Yeah, I upgraded the shit. Shit,
Mm,
niggas don't mess with real, they mess with kale now.
yeah.
Shit,
I don't know.
let me stop. Let me stop. Cause you know how motherfuckers try to be all bougie and shit with their with what they eat and shit.
Right.
It's like they eat one vegetarian food and shit like that. They try to make it look like they try to make it look like oh they all health. They can tell anybody what they can
Yo.
fucking eat and shit. Like
I don't think I could ever go vegan, man. I love steak and burgers and stuff like ribs and all that. So
yeah, I can
I,
never
I
go.
eat healthier. Like I like salad. I love salad, and that's something I wasn't eating a lot before. But like I'm not no vegan. I'm not gonna ever go vegan and eat kale and shit. So
Yeah, man.
better girl group. Oh yeah, TLC for me, man. Definitely over Destiny's Child.
Um, I bet you next year they're gonna put Beyonce in the Hall of Fame.
Already? Is it 25 years for her?
Maybe.
That's be too early for her though. First ballot already?
I mean, she'll probably get in the ballot or something.
Mary got to be in there before Beyonce. You
You're
know what I
not the
mean?
first person that said that.
I love Mary music more than Beyonce. I love Beyonce first album, but I wasn't like a huge Beyonce fan like that. You know, she's talented. I'm not rushing to put her on first ballot though. You know what I'm saying? I know they probably will, just so she could join her husband. But you know what I mean? I got Mary before her in there. You know.
Well, just Live Jennings unsung might be hilarious.
Who we do? Who's the next unsung? What's the next unsung?
Life Jennings.
Oh God, they really made a whole unsung on Life Jennings. I don't know none of his shit.
But this is gonna be a special one because we're gonna also talk about the uncensored Jaleel White episode too.
I
Since
didn't
that's
even
good.
see that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it all to
Okay,
you. Life Jennings.
Jaleel White. Wow.
S E.
Life Jennings. Why he deserve his own unsung? What has he done that he deserve his own episode?
I
It's
guess
like they drawing straws to see who to do a whole episode on this season. Like, oh, let's do Bobby V. Maybe
let,
that'll stick.
let's do
You
Young
know,
Jock next
yeah,
to
young.
see.
Let's do Young Jock and Pretty Ricky and shit.
I
God,
can see Pretty Ricky. Pretty Ricky.
oh man, they
Oh
don't know
jeez.
what to do, man.
Who is running TV one right now? Yo,
Life Jennings, wow.
Life Jennings.
This season has been really bad for unsung, yo. You know what I
I,
mean?
I just can't wait for the Jones Girls. Like, give me my Jones Girls.
Right.
And
That's it. Shit. Can we just like skip fast forward to the Jones Girls? That'd be better. Life Jennings. I don't even think you'll get 100 views on that one. You- People
S-E-X.
really want to see that. Y'all want to see us talk about Life Jennings?
Oh shit.
Shit. How many views did the Bobby V one got?
I don't even know, man. I
I
ain't
didn't
even
even
got
check. Wow.
When I saw Bobby V that first call, I was like, yo, this shit better be funny. What the fuck?
Bobby V. Holy shit.
S-E.
Yeah, Mary on the message was dope.
Think before you let it go.
Y'all remember the song "Lose Control" by Missy and Ciara? Anything with
Yeah,
Ciara, I didn't listen to, so I probably don't remember it.
yeah, I remember, I remember
Did
it.
not care for her. If they do one on Ciara, I'm definitely not gonna talk about that one. I
I don't,
never
but
care for her shit.
she's not unsung though.
Huh?
She's not unsung.
She not on song?
No,
What do you mean?
she's not. She has success. She's not unsung.
Are they only doing like the people that had little success?
Yeah, like
Oh, I
yeah,
thought they do it. They talk about everybody.
hell no.
Good.
That's why they made it uncensored for
Oh,
the
I
more
see.
known people.
Right. That makes sense. Wow.
I know this Jones Girls about to be some epic ass shit. This is gonna be the season finale.
It better be.
I want to see some drugs. I want to see some tragedy. I want to see a lot of shit, man. I want to see the truth.
Oh my god.
I'm a very fucked up person. Uh, that's like it's like with the unsung, it's like my favorite unsung episode are the ones like the tragic ones and shit. Like I
Like the
was like,
Jets. The
what is wrong with me? Like, what
Wow.
the fuck is wrong? Hold on, I'm seeing
Blackberry
tape.
molasses or Subway. This little game we play.
Subway is this little game we play.
Yeah, they alright.
That's a
I
classic.
wasn't big on all of these songs, Ronnie. So you asking the wrong person. You gotta ask Ronnie and Ashley that.
Ask Ronnie and Ashley.
You gotta ask. You gotta ask Reg and Ashley that question.
Yo, that nigga Subway, them groups when they do their little dance and shit. Girl, I
I
know.
only know one song from Subway. Did they even drop an album?
Yeah,
That album
that
probably
one,
like $100
that
right
one
now.
album. That one album. It sold like 5 copies.
Oh my god! Wow.
Vanilla Ice's second album sold more than that.
Jesus. What fools got arrested in Brooklyn? I didn't. What you talking about? Hector? You talking about the that protest that the Palestinians had and shit? Is that what you talking about? 'Cause you know they warring over in like the Middle East and shit.
But yeah, I'm actually about to call tonight because I gotta take a shower and eat this food. I don't
The
even know if
album
I'm
is
gonna go
called
to
Good
sleep
Times. I
since I
never
took
heard it.
this
Is it
fucking.
on? Is it even on YouTube? The Subway album?
It's on, yeah, it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. I gotta check that. I never heard
Mhm.
it. Wow.
I never heard it out either, but I'm just like, I don't even know if that one would be that good. To be real with you,
Good times. I hope it is.
do they have a song called Dynamite on the albums and shit? Or
Right? Oh
fucking
man,
Hot Girls to the Oatmeal? That was Oatmeal.
dumb as oatmeal. Oh my
Shit.
god.
But yeah, thanks so much for coming on, man.
Yeah,
Thanks so much for y'all watching this shit. So, few announcements. You know, I gotta leave with a few announcements. So tomorrow at midnight is the official listening party for J. Cole's The Off Season. It's gonna be the first reaction. It's gonna be the first reaction.
yeah.
So might get canceled after this, but I don't give a fuck. Shit.
Obviously,
I'm gonna. I was gonna send you my Q-tip list yesterday, but since I
yeah.
got back mad late yesterday and shit, I want to
It's all good.
send it to you tonight. Hopefully by tonight. I'm trying to have that maybe next the week after next. Hopefully,
Right.
looking forward to that one. What else? What else? And a top 10 mafioso rap albums. That's gonna be Sunday.
Yeah.
Also got a review coming Thursday. I did a double review Thursday and shit like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
You got
And
Kaya and Jesse Johnson.
yes, sir.
Okay.
An odd combo, but I'll explain why.
I was about to say, what made you pick Kaya and Jesse Johnson together?
Well, because I might as well just say it now
Yeah.
because I've been falling behind on the request on the
Mm,
polls lately and shit like that because I just been so busy and I
right.
always say that I was going to record it, but the days I recorded, like
Mm,
shit happens, like a car broke down,
right.
or I got held up and stuff like that, or I get arrested,
Right.
or some shit like that. And I actually did it. I just actually did it. I made sure I was free, and I just got it over with because I have a few more pre-recorded review. I still have to do the Van Halen review
Right.
on the first album they did with Sammy Hagar. I know that's coming. I know the Isley Brothers, The Heat is On. That's another one that run the polls. I might have to do that sometime next month and shit. So yeah, man. I've been trying to like get a lot of these pre-recorded videos. So that's why y'all gonna see a lot of pre-recorded videos this
Right.
upcoming weeks and shit. Um,
Gangbus? I didn't even hear about that.
what's
It's
gang?
New
What's gang?
York. There's always a gangbuster in here in the
Oh,
city,
oh,
so
yeah. That ain't news.
that's nothing new. Yeah,
That's
that always
reality
happens.
TV. And also, the Bad Brains discography breakdown. That's the 17th. So this weekend
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna be on my Bad Brain shit. And
sounds
the
good.
18th, we still doing the you know what?
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
That'll
Okay.
be
Cool.
on. That'll be on Danny Rap podcast. Yeah.
Okay. We'll
I
just
ain't
keep that.
haven't announced it yet, but I will.
All right. Yep. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like I said before, we ain't announcing shit. We just popping up with
Yes.
shit,
I'm not
y'all.
announcing
Oh,
nothing. It's just gonna. If you're not subscribed, you're just gonna miss it. So
oh, and the
yeah,
beef episode could be coming
yeah.
this weekend. So stay tuned on that. But I ain't announcing what time. So
Right.
hopefully, hopefully I don't got no bullshit happening to me and shit like that
Right.
because it seems like anytime something I have shit planned, crazy shit be happening. Like I
Right.
don't know. But anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. And if you guys are just tuning in or tuning in late, um, we did the Saigon, the greatest story never told. Make sure
Yes.
y'all check that album out.
Classic album. Classic.
Classic, very that
Yes.
classic album indeed.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much, Try. I'm
No
definitely gonna
doubt.
hit you on tonight,
All
and I
right.
will see you later. Peace.
Peace.
Have a good night.